a lot of hypocrisy going on, and it's really hilarious how some of these Paige Bueckers fans are making her day about Caitlin Clark.
Some people began claiming that Paige Bueckers is making a bigger impact than Caitlin Clark, comments that started surfacing just moments after UConn secured the championship. But are those critics ignoring reality, especially considering Bueckers didn't even play in the final game? Despite that, Clark remained a major focus throughout the national championship, with many fans drawing up a dramatic narrative by imagining a future showdown between her and Bueckers.
Caitlin Clark was trending at #1 over Dawn Staley and Paige Bueckers for a little bit right after UConn won, right? I wouldn't even say a little bit. It had to be like a 2-hour run. But she was #1, right? Ring on Paige finger, no ring on Caitlin finger. And don't put the little Paige better than Caitlin, just in case Real forgot. We counting rings here.
The viewership numbers paint a very different picture, one that highlights just how influential Caitlin Clark has been for women's basketball. If you've been questioning whether the sport can sustain its momentum after Clark, the data we're about to reveal might just change your mind. Ready to dive in? Let's get started.
And some of the same people who didn't want people comparing Caitlin Clark, Paige, and Juju, doing the same thing, man. It's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous, man. They couldn't even allow Paige Bueckers to have her day.
The scoreboard said it all. UConn 82, South Carolina 59. This wasn't just a victory, it was a declaration. The Huskies had decisively toppled a once dominant South Carolina team in a championship performance that symbolized the peak of Paige Bueckers' incredible comeback. After spending an entire season sidelined by a serious ACL injury that cast doubt over her future, Bueckers had returned to the top. Surrounded by falling confetti, holding the championship trophy, she stood as a testament to resilience, grit, and the long road back to greatness.
The UConn Huskies defeated South Carolina 82-59 to win the national championship. Now, this is the 12th national title under Coach Geno Auriemma. This UConn team was kind of a prime example of peaking at the right moment because for the past 2 months, they have been absolutely unstoppable.
The victory marked Geno Auriemma's 12th national championship, an accomplishment unmatched in college basketball history. His legendary coaching career, already cemented in greatness, now borders on the mythical. On the court, emotions ran high as players embraced, tears streamed down faces, and the final ritual began, the cutting of the nets.
This is the biggest big three, the most talented big three that I can remember in recent history. And these three just coming together, obviously with the role players around them, they have just looked like a well-oiled machine. They breezed through the tournament. I don't know if there was any close game that they had during this tournament, including the national championship game.
Freshman sensation Sarah Strong delivered a breakout performance that offered a glimpse into UConn's promising future. At the same time, Atsy Fudd completed her own comeback chapter, playing key minutes after overcoming injury setbacks that mirrored Paige Bueckers' path. Her resilience and impact earned her the Most Outstanding Player award, a fitting recognition of her journey back to the spotlight.
Paige balled out in the tournament, and before this national championship game, she had a 30-point game, a 40-point game, and then another 30-point game. And Paige ended off the game with 17 points in this national championship game, but she also landed third on most points in the NCAA tournament. So she ended with 477 points. Now, Caitlin Clark holds this record at 492 points in 17 games played. And then Shamika Holdsclaw, she has 479 points in 22 games played, and Paige scored 477 points in 22 games played. So she's third on that list. She is in great company, and she had a fantastic tournament.
As the locker room filled with celebration and champagne, a different storm was beginning to brew online. Social media quickly shifted away from honoring UConn's triumph to fueling a divisive narrative, one centered not on the Huskies' achievement, but on reigniting a debate that had little to do with the game itself. Former NBA player Ethan Thomas was among the first to stir the pot, posting, "When I asked why Paige Bueckers doesn't receive the same admiration as Caitlin Clark, many said she wasn't as good or not a generational talent. Well, now she's won a national championship, something Clark hasn't. Do you still stand by that, or is there something more to it?" Instead of uniting fans around a moment of victory, the conversation turned into yet another battleground in an ongoing and often unnecessary rivalry.
Paige has more range, I guess, than Caitlin Clark. I mean, made this whole day about Paige getting the ring over Caitlin Clark. It's crazy, man. Paige going out in a way that Caitlin couldn't. A national champion. That's the separator behind their legendary careers. Let's effing go.
Within minutes, what should have been Paige Bueckers' shining moment was overshadowed by a renewed debate about Caitlin Clark. Instead of celebrating Bueckers' masterful performance against South Carolina's defense or her steady leadership throughout the tournament, the conversation quickly shifted. Commentators and fans alike turned her triumph into talking points, using it as fuel in the ongoing argument over who deserves more spotlight, more praise, and more recognition.
Ring on Paige's finger, but no ring on Caitlin's finger. Ring on Paige's finger, no ring on your finger, Caitlin. I mean, it made it all about Caitlin, bro. Paige Bueckers, more rings than Caitlin Clark. I mean, man, this is crazy work.
Within minutes, what should have been Paige Bueckers' shining moment was overshadowed by a renewed debate about Caitlin Clark. Instead of celebrating Bueckers' masterful performance against South Carolina's defense or her steady leadership throughout the tournament, the conversation quickly shifted. Commentators and fans alike turned her triumph into talking points, using it as fuel in the ongoing argument over who deserves more spotlight, more praise, and more recognition.
At this point, I think Caitlin is Michael Jordan, because everybody is chasing her legacy. At least that's what the fans are making it seem like. It's just crazy to me how ESPN don't have Caitlin Clark as one of the best players in college or women's basketball. But for some reason, every women's basketball player is supposedly chasing her legacy.
The pure joy radiating from the court was a sharp contrast to the divisive and often mean-spirited conversations erupting online. Players who had just achieved something truly historic saw their moment reframed almost instantly as just another data point in a debate they never asked to be part of. Their triumph became background noise in a louder argument, one that ignored the heart of what they had actually accomplished.
Now, you do have some Caitlin Clark fans getting on Twitter as well and calling them out. I never heard of people putting down certain players for winning a natty until Caitlin Clark didn't win. So saying, Paige won a ring, but every tweet I see is about Caitlin. Level. Why y'all bringing up Caitlin? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, I don't understand it. UConn won it all, and all my timeline shows is Caitlin tears, man. Y'all can't celebrate something in peace.